What is up, everybody? It's Blowover Productions here, and today we are here at Daytona to kick off the first race for the second series, which is the Netflix Lower Series. A little bit of mixed emotions here. When I first recorded this video, I was really enthusiastic, really happy, but I got a new phone, but since I had everything on that phone, I have lost all the data for everything, because I had no cell service. So I no longer know. Well, let's go through the field first. I'll talk about this later. In row number 1, you have Damon Wool, Evan McAllister. Row 2, Roy Rodriguez and Justin Joey on the inside and outside. Row number 3, Zavak Ikruk, Zakir Reedus. Row number 4, Max Stenson in the 41, Blue Ball in the 7. Row number 5, Chase Smith and James Halliday in the 8. Next row is the number 63 of Nurnamam. It's like your mom, but with 2 N's in front of it. Then you have Jebman on the outside. Behind them is Christina Animations. The 12, Flippo Rico, who is Puerto Rico from the YouTube Cup Series. Actually, there's a couple YouTube Cup Series drivers in this field, like Damon, Blue Ball, Justin Joey, Christina, Puerto Rico. James Halliday is Jonas Walter. Oh, and then you have Nick DiCapua in the 27 back there, next to, looks like, well, we also have William O'Donnell, Random Mazepan in the 43, and a couple more cars. I think it's Joseph Installing back there, and Zakir Reedus, perhaps, but I think I already said Zakir. Yeah, he's up there in the front. It's Abel Bush back there with Joseph Installing. So the pace car is going to pull in, and we're hoping for a great season for the Netflix Lower Series. The green flag is going to be dropped for the first time for this field, and Damon Wool is going to see it. So, as I was saying earlier, I have lost the data for the entirety of the YouTube Cup Series. So I now no longer know who won what race in Season 1, because early in my channel, I did not have all the data. Oh, there's contact already. Justin Joey spins. Eva McAllister down into the Zavaki group. The big one in turn 2. It looks like Eva gets turned into Jetman. Justin Joey just barely escapes. Almost Flippo Rico gets involved in it. William O'Donnell, Nick DiCapua. Everybody's in it. And the caution comes out real early here. Nurna Mom's in it. Joseph Rodriguez. Joshua Rodriguez. Crap. And goodness gracious, there's the 42 of Rob Statue. He's there as well. Big wreck here on lap 1. I didn't even get to start explaining the issue. So here we are coming into turn 2. Looks like there's contact between Eva and Justin. Spun his Zavaki group down into Max sentence. And then looks like Justin Blue Ball got caught up in it. Eva got slammed into by somebody else. Big wreck here. Looks like Gia Tran was in it, the tank car back there. And here it is from another angle. You can see just how everybody is trying to dodge. Flippo Rico got turned with Joshua. There's Nick DiCaprio slamming into the 12. And there's William O'Donnell hitting him as well. Here it is, a bit of a slower pace. You see Max Sensen had nowhere to go. Just got spun out by the 81. Zakir Reedus almost got into it. But luckily, the 87 slid just before him out the way. Then here comes Evo with Justin Joey and Blue Ball having nowhere to go. Gemman trying to get around there. Just doesn't have enough room. He gets spun up to the outside while Joshua Rodriguez trying to merge back up on the track. Spins himself and the 12. And it looks like William O'Donnell gets spun out by Nick DiCaprio as they both try to avoid this humongous wreck on lap 1. So that just goes to show how big these crashes are, man. We took out the entirety of the back half of the field. Also, I apologize if I'm sniffling a little bit because I have a runny nose because, it's that time of the year. But that was a very big crash, and we will see you on the restart. And I will continue to explain our unfortunate situation with the series. Welcome back. You didn't miss a thing, guys. We just went green this lap, but we just didn't see the start of it. Roy Rodriguez is your leader for Los Hermanos racing team. Chase Smith behind them for Walnut Peach Racing, and Roy's team at Random Mazepan in the 43 is running third. So the problem I was explaining earlier is that I now no longer know who won what race because, in the YouTube Cup Series, because I had all that data on my phone, and if you weren't here in the beginning, the birth of my channel about 7 months ago, I was not posting the entire regular season of season 1 in the YouTube Cup Series. I think the only races I posted was Daytona, Rockingham, another couple significant ones I can remember, Martinsville, Talladega, and then the second Daytona race. But most of the season 1 videos were coming from the playoff races. So those are the only 5 races where I could probably go back and see who won that race. But now I don't have any data for anybody else, so I can't say how many wins a certain driver has or if they're dominating or not, because I don't have the data from season 1 where a lot of drivers actually got their wins, or for that matter season 2, because I lost all the data for season 2 as well, because they were stored, all that was stored in my notes, and since I got a new phone, my notes are gone and I don't have any more data. So this is me saying all this to say that I'm going to be taking a break from the YouTube Cup Series because I want to say it's a heartbreak, but I don't want to be dramatic, but that is what got my channel off the ground, and now I can barely continue it because I don't know if you noticed, but when the replay happened from that big wreck here on lap 1, it wasn't the usual YouTube spinning replay thing. It was just the usual transition that I do. I lost the transition because I made that on CapCut, and I don't have any of my apps from my old phone. I don't have a lot of stuff left. I don't have any more pictures of the drivers, so I can't do that anymore. Even my NR 2003 is cooked because for some reason it resetted or something, I don't know, but it deleted the data from the YouTube Cup Series 1 and Season 2. And for Season 2, I had to make a whole new season and then run all the races up to, I think the last video I posted for the YouTube Cup Series was New Hampshire. It might be New Hampshire or it's Chicago. It's one of those two, I think, because it was race number 22. So, and it was already on the decline anyway, because since my old phone was broken, which is why I got a new one, I couldn't record the races and post them as I used to. So that's why we missed significant races like Pocono, and I think we also missed like Chicagoland or something. I don't know. We missed like 2 or 3 races early in the playoff season. Looks like there's a couple cars going in the pits. And I know I should be commentating right now, but I just wanted to use this video to like tell everybody what the situation is. Now, as for the Netflix Cup Series, I will be continuing to do that more often because it is just born. So I didn't have that much data on it anyways. But like I said, at the beginning of the video, I did actually try to record this race before on my old phone, but it was not ready because it was broken. And luckily I had it saved to my Google Drive, so I was able to get the video back up, and here I am recording for the second time. And honestly, it's just really sad that I have to cancel the YouTube Cup Series for now. But with that being said, fear not, because I have actually devised something else to replace the YouTube Cup Series in the probably months that I will be discontinuing it for now. That it's called the BMS, and that stands for the BeamNG Mini Series. So pretty much how it's gonna work is that I'm going to be using BeamNG Drive, as you guys might have seen some of my BeamNG Drive videos on my channel. I'll be using that to actually hold races, and instead of making people custom cars, you can instead choose the cars that you want to sponsor. When I post the first video, that will be a practice race, but it'll be working kind of like the YouTube Cup Series. There's going to be a schedule, there's going to be points, there's going to be a season. And the way that it works is that there will be 16 cars. So when I choose, there's trouble, Nerd Mom sideways, Chase Smith will win him. Crash Scene Animations almost goes around, and so does Abel Bush. And a big wreck here in turn 2. Once again, and Zakir Reedus is in it this time. Big wreck on turn 2. He gets that car back under fire. That just caught me off guard big time, but it wasn't that bad of a wreck, so I did catch it on time, luckily. But yeah, as I was saying, there will be, the replay's about to show up, so I'm gonna have to break this down real quick. Welcome to the replay. It looks like Nerdamon made contact there with Chase Smith, slid up the track. Looks like Crassiana did get tapped, and Zakir Reedus had nowhere to go, slammed into the back of the 45, and got sent up the track. Big crash there for Zakiritas in the 38 on Team Preppy. Here it is for another angle. And I know I have to explain the teams and the names of these drivers a lot more in depth, and I probably will do that in a different video, like a separate one. But this one, I would just, like I said, wanted to take the time to explain the situation with the YouTube and Netflix series. On board with Roy Rodriguez, and I don't think we can see the crash because Damon Wool's in the way. But, yeah, there you can see the carnage back there. There's Brandon Mazepin as well. And we will see you on the restart. Here we are on the restart, folks. Pace cars pulling in. Joseph Installing is your leader. Right behind him is Abel Bush in the 56 and Joshua Rodriguez in third. And I will continue to yap about the situation. So, BeamNG miniseries. As I was saying, there will be 16 cars, and for each track that we do on the schedule, each of the 16 cars, based on their qualifying order, will get split into groups of 4. And each of those 4 groups will usually run about 2 to 3 laps. And the winner of each of those laps out of that 4 groups will move on to the final 4 group. So let's say we have 16 drivers, and the first four in the group, let's say we're like at Daytona here. The first 4 was, if you know NASCAR drivers, like Eric Almirola, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, and I don't know, Ty Dillon. Okay, we're seeing some green flag pit stops. And Ty Dillon. That's the 10, 11, 12, and 13, for those of you who don't know. Well, it would be in, like, 2020. But anyways, just so let's say those are our 4 cars, and they're going out onto the track. They run about 2 to 3 laps, and the person who wins that mini race is Eric Almirola. The next 4 cars will be 4 more drivers, and then they do 2 more because 4 times 4 is 16, and it's the square root of 16. So we can do 4 drivers, 4 races, and then the winner of each of those 4 races will actually come together to make another 4. So that will be it'll be kind of like a bracket style. It'll be more explained when I actually post a video for the BeamNG miniseries. But with that being said, that's going to be my plan to hold off for the YouTube Cup Series. I hope you guys like it. And instead of making custom cars, you can actually sponsor them, like in the comments, or you can just hit me up on a different social media platform. I have a Twitter now, and it's the same name as my YouTube channel, I think. And yeah, just type in the comments which drivers you want to sponsor for a race. You probably won't be able to sponsor drivers for the first practice race because you don't know who's racing there yet, but I do because I'm in the process of editing that video. And actually, as we come to the line, just realized it's the last lap all by himself. Max Stenson is going to win the first Netflix Cup Series race, Netflix Lower Series race. His teammate Rob Statue right behind him. Great job for the 41 there for Gaming Motorsports. It looks like Rob Statue, the 41, the 42. Justin Joey doesn't seem to be here, though. And it looks like Blue Ball finishes 3rd, Eva McAllister in 4th. Great job there by Max Stenson, having a 1-2 finish in the first ever Netflix Lower Series race. And here he is, all the cars on pit road, and Max Stenson's going to celebrate. So yeah, when I post that video, I'll explain it more about how the sponsors and the races are going to work. So yeah, with that being said, well, we gotta wait for Max. I will do the point standings another day because this race won't have points, obviously, because it's the first one. So you will see the point standings for this race at Rockingham, and then so on and so forth. Pretty much the same thing as the YouTube Cup Series. But with that being said, this has been Blowover Productions. The next race will be Rockingham, and I cannot wait to see you guys for the first race of the BMS, because I think that'll be a very interesting thing for me to see and do, and for everybody to be active in, because you don't have to make a custom car. You could just be like, oh, I want to sponsor this guy, and yeah, and hopefully we can win the race. And you can always change your sponsor by the end. And pretty much it's kind of like real life NASCAR. So the more the driver wins, obviously you guys are going to want to pick that driver, just like sponsors in real life. So obviously as cars start to lose sponsors, they will obviously not be in the series anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much how that's going to work. You can change your sponsor every 2 races. So with that being said, this has been Blowover Productions. I will see you guys in the BeamNG mini series. Max Stenson, and the number 41 for Gaming Motorsports, sponsored by Xbox, has won the Daytona race. So we will see you in BeamNG. Peace, strength, and honor. to everybody.